Oh, back to more Blizzard. Except it's not World of Warcraft, it's Diablo. It's not secure here on the sides. I'm a little concerned about this. But we'll see what happens here. You know, that reminds me now. I kind of want to find, like, a recording of, like, the Yakuza crate game music. I so want to incorporate that somehow into the stream. I don't know how I'm going to do it, or what I'm going to do with it, but I would just love to do that. I can think of a few ideas, but I need to implement other ideas first before I can pull it off, but crane game music would be hilarious. Uh-oh. I knocked a piece over and I don't know what it was. Uh-oh. Okay, you know what? Let's not panic yet. If I can't find it, we know what it is. In the meantime, let's we'll put pieces on, and then when we get to it, hopefully I have plenty of backups here. We'll find out soon enough. Oh, we're doing the exact same thing over here. From here to here. Nice. Okay, so that was right. This one, okay. So I was like confused for a second, because the other two that we slapped on, they have a 2x2 plate and a 1x2 plate. This new one we're slapping on is a 2x2 and a 1x1. So I was confused for a second there. This is kind of bringing me back to my Diablo 2 days. Good times then. Okay. And this one is a 1x2? Oh, okay. Spent an unholy amount of time in Diablo 2. Hey, nothing wrong with that. We all had our vices back in the day, and I'm pretty sure, given a choice, we would probably do it again. Now, here's the question. What was your main? Or mains? And I swear, if you say hammered in, and all you did was PvP or grief people, I will be very disappointed. I did not do that, by the way. My mains were, I had a martial arts assassin, a summon mancer, and a custom built an I made. I called it the Warrior Orb Enchantress. I just focused on Frozen Orb and Enchant. So, you know, I just kill things by smacking it with a fire sword. If I can't do that, Frozen Orb. And if I somehow can't kill it after all that, then, hey, Act 3 Mercenary, help out. Lightning Stork, oh gosh, those were scary. You know, you can either do like 1 damage or 85 billion. It was so scary. I kind of like those though. I respected anyone who like did like duels with them because like they knew like it's like playing the orcs at 40k. Like you know something could go horribly wrong for you, and you know it, but you don't care because it's funny. And more Blizzard music. Dalaran. I'm pretty sure a lot of us who play World of Warcraft, we know this song well too well. Praying for RNGs, exactly. And then as for the Zealots, oh my gosh. Zeal was so much fun. Like, whenever I partied up with that Warrior Orb Enchantress, you know, get a Zealot at the party, just like, yes, let's go! Ah. Just watch both him and me just like hammer down enemies. Oh gosh. And like farming the cow level was just super fast that way too. Well, we found the piece I was missing. I'm pretty sure I have spares of it, so we're good. One by two jumper in white. That thing. See, this is what happens when you collect Lego for years and years and years. You just amass a bunch of spare pieces. See, like with the other like brick builders on Twitch, you know, they're usually showing off like a shelfie full of stuff and whatnot. Nothing wrong with that. But I feel like if you're going to be working with Lego, you should have your backups right here in front of you. That way you don't like walk away, unless you're someone who's got cameras in your storage unit, like Brick and Nick, or if you just like chat staring at your butt or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, like I feel like you should just have your stuff right away. That way you can just go, oh yeah, here we go. Classic. Oh yeah, yep, Stumpy, Dalaran, classic times. What would I do with Dalaran anyway? Most people use it just to like, as a hearse to just get back to like Stormwind or whatever. I know for some people they like to duel on the sewers. That was their stop. And then there was me just going like, yep, I'm just gonna camp the auction house. Stumpy of all people would know. We'd all be on and like, oh hey, Janaran, you want to play with us? It's like, nah, I'm gonna sit here in the auction house trying to make some money. It's like, okay, I want to level up my alt. I hope you'd level up too. Like, dude, I'm on a hot streak right now. I sold so much gold leaf. Like, okay, weirdo. Used to have a hacked version of characters level 99 Zero. Oh, yeah, that sounds too hilarious. Just everyone dies. Okay, so that's why. That 1x1, 2x2 thing I was talking about earlier? That's why. The 1x1 nougat brick slots in over there. That makes sense. Started what? Around Wrath? Because Wrath is a great expansion. I'm a little biased because, again, I'm a Wrath baby. Cataclysm overall was eh. Although, in terms of like role-playing, because I did a lot of role-playing, it was fun. There was a lot of cool stuff they added in. With the exception of my paladin losing her apartment. That was fun. Stumpy knows all about that. We dedicated a whole RPC. So there was this room in Silver Moon City. Like this little like area that was just empty. Unused. Like for nothing. Like no one, there was no NPCs, no like questing or whatever. And on our server, we were on an RP heavy server. No one used it. So we called dibs. We more or less made that my Blood Elf Paladin's like home / apartment, whatever, and everyone visited once in a while. Cue Cataclysm when they introduced archaeology as a sub-profession. The Reliquary moves in to that apartment, and I remember the entire time when I saw that, I was like crestfallen at first, and then I decided, you know what? Let's just spin off of it. I got kicked out of my apartment. What now? And then we found like that abandoned Worgen village, right? Off the Silvervine Forest. That was cool. Wait for 15 years and have been queen for 5 and it's still weird. See, you know what? I still remember the times. Like those were good times, no matter what. No matter how long or how short you played, like a game like WoW, like you remember those days. Oh hey, back 3. Landlord kicked me. Yeah, that's what it felt like. Like, you know, Cataclysm got updated. We're like, yeah, let's explore. So I decided, okay, we're gonna go RP. I'm gonna go like, you know, get my Blood Elf Paladin back. Like, she's gonna go change in our apartment or something like that. And then I just remember sitting on the doorway, just... Why are NPCs here? People walking in and out. Like, even other characters, like... I want to say, like, some other people, like, who kind of realized that was my apartment. Going, like, what happened to you? It's like, look, there are NPCs inside my apartment now. It's like, oh. That sucks to be you, man. I'm sorry. Where are you gonna live? I have no idea. Okay. I gotta do this again, chat. As much as I don't want to interrupt Undertale music, there's one very important thing you gotta do here. Stumpy, I think you already know what this is. Julie, you might remember. Anyone who's a LEGO fan, you know, I think. Listen to that. I know you love it. ASMR right there. That's the only time I do ASMR. Oh yeah. And because I'm a Chaos Builder. Ooh, we got some pieces trying to roll off already. Admittedly, that was a pretty cool one. I mean, then again, it's Grom Hellscream. Yeah. Like, you know, you're not gonna, like... You can't really... There's not many people that can compete against Grom Hellscream. Okay, actually, no. There are some people. I'm only saying one of these names because it's an obvious meme answer, but it's true. High Overlord Sarfang. For those of you who don't know, High Overlord Varrock Sarfang is an orc in World of Warcraft. Long story short, he is basically the Chuck Norris of World of Warcraft. To the point where they made Sarfang facts akin to Chuck Norris facts. I wish Warlords is actually time travel, not some weird combination of time travel and multiverse. Yeah, that was also kind of weird. Like, the time travel aspect looked cool, but then, like, all of a sudden, it's like, what? Well, yeah, it was weird because, like, I see what they were trying to go for with alternate reality, but they kept going back to the mainline plot at the same time too much. Like, no, let the deviation flow. Just let that happen. But, you know, some people can't be bothered. Really seemed like they couldn't decide what they want to do with that expansion. I know. That's probably why I lost interest. Like, what direction are we doing? I'm seeing PvP stuff, which is, you know, cool if I was leveling my rogue, which I was. Because I had two mains. I had a human rogue and a Blood Elf Paladin. And they seem like the most generic picks, I swear, but at the time, I didn't know why I picked them. Blood Elf Paladins because, you know, they were the only paladins the Horde had at the time. This is before Cataclysm, so, you know, no holy cows yet. And let's be honest, everyone rolled a Blood Elf. Everyone rolled a Blood Elf. I don't care who you are. You wanted someone nice to stare at when you were playing World of Warcraft as a Horde. So you rolled a Blood Elf. That's the rule. And then as for my rogue, I picked human because I just wanted to look like me. I did not know anything about the meta or, like, how, like, mechanics worked. So, lo and behold, me realizing, oh, hey, human rogue. That's, like, the most OP rogue. That and dwarf. Because, you know, basically at that point you're choosing between free trinket or, you know, get rid of poisons. And obviously for PvP purposes, free trinket. Every time. The most fun doing PvP in Draenor? Between Ashran and doing RPG. Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, I think my experience of PvP was soured because of all the griefers camping outside the garrison. So for those of you not to know, Draenor, introduce a garrison system. Like, story-wise, your character is like a field commander somehow, and you got this plot of land, and you got the development to become like a little like outpost, which eventually became a giant ass base. Kind of cool in theory, and to protect you from, you know, that whole thing from being destroyed, it was instance, meaning if you went into that zone, you were protected, and only people in your party would be with you. If you walked out of that zone, you'd spawn back into like the main world or whatever. What people would like to do, level 100 people who had the ability to use flying mounts in Draenor, they just fly up high in the sky. They just look, or like have like a scout, like a stealth rogue or whatever, just watching that place where like the garrison was and where you exited the instance area. They just have someone watching, and the first, you know, non-level 100 that walks out, getting ready to like adventure or whatever, they swoop down, gank them. Hated it. I mean, to be fair, Cataclysm allowed everyone to do that at any time, but I feel like it was more balanced, because at least you could be like, what, level 60, right? Or whatever minimum level was, and you can just fly around in Azeroth, no problem. It's fine. Like, you know, you could be level 60 to like level 90, whatever. Like, you can run away, like, no problem. But Draenor, where you're forced to like be on the ground until you hit max level, no. Probably vanilla. See, everyone tells me, see, the way I played my rogue, I was doing a stunlock build. Back in Wrath of the Lich King, I made this ridiculous hybrid build. I'm gonna be off in the numbers, I'm pretty sure, but it was like, if you know the rogue talent trees, it was like 35, 3, 30, 35 or something like that. Yeah, I put points in both assassination and subtlety, and then 3 points in improved gouge. My basic rule was stun lock. And I remember I was on Tychondrius, and known then as like the PvP server. I had people telling me, like, dude, if you actually like grinded and like had good gear, you'd be a real threat. Like, the only people I couldn't kill, Paladins, because, you know, they're Blizzard's favorite, and Frost Mages, because they're the anti-rogue. And that's understandable. But I was able to, like, keep people, like, stunned like crazy. Like, they couldn't do anything. They just sat there and watched their health go down from, like, 100 to 0. Like, the old school players are going, dude, you would have been so happy in vanilla. And someone, I forget who, it might have been you, Stumpy. Someone showed me the first video of World of Roguecraft. You know, where the rogues were like, oh yeah, we're getting nerfed. It's like, no, we are OP as heck. Like, the guy who made the video, like, just basically like, yeah, we're OP as heck. Why are we complaining? And, like, the video was, the next thing he says, or showcases, is, this montage of him wearing nothing but a guild tabard and the starting knife. With, Rammstein's sauna in the background, and just destroying people. I remember, like, from that point on, I want to build a stunlock rogue, and I did. And then Cataclysm removed hybrid specking, and I was really upset. It's like, thanks, I can't be creative anymore. Well, we want to appeal to a more casual audience. Like, okay, what about the hardcores? What do we get? Which is probably why I don't look at Cataclysm that well. That, and, you know, my Blood Elf Paladin losing our apartment. And then Warlords of Draenor, which, or not Warlords, Mists of Pandaria, being a freaking Bouja film. Loved it. Loved it. That was really the beginning of the downfall? Yeah, sadly it was. Look at me yapping now. Nothing wrong with that. Nope, almost forgot a piece. Yeah, right? It's like, let us learn. Like, you know, like, that's how I learned to be a better rogue. Like, you know, people will go, like, when I was trying to level up at first, and, like, what the hell is your build? Like, hey, I picked stuff that looked like it made sense. Yeah, but you don't get synergies from this or this. And why would you waste points on that when you can do this? And I go, like, that sounds stupid. Then I analyze it afterwards, like, oh, you have a point. I apologize for calling you stupid. Please tell me more. How do I fix this? And of course, you know, most of the internet was going, okay, you call me stupid, so fuck you. But, you know, the people going, oh, you know what? You apologize. You're a decent person. Here, let me help you out. And so I learned. Now, as for my paladin, on the other hand, let's be honest. I roll protection paladin, and if you know anything about protection paladins, it's literally face roll. Just by that I mean, like, for those who don't know the term, face roll basically means you can just smack your hand on the keyboard, just roll it around, and you'll still be able to do whatever you wanted. That's how simple it was to play paladin then. To be fair, like, you have to know the rotations, but if you know that already, and you know what you're doing, then boom. Yeah, face roll. A Frostfire build? Yeah, Frostfire mages were the scariest thing in Burning Crusade. I remember hearing about them. See, now I'm thinking of like all the crazy epic stories I remember seeing. Like the story of how I decided I wanted to be an engineer was like the best thing ever. So, I was in a battleground. I was in a Rothi Basin. Remind me again, you have Alliance and Horde. You have that low base, which is the mines. The middle base, which was the blacksmith or whatever. And then the high base. That was lumber mill, right? High base is lumber mill? I want to say that was it. So, like, me and this, like, night elf warrior, or something like that, we're just camping a lumber mill. I remember, I'm stealth, he's shadow melted. It's like, okay, yeah, anyone tries to come in and take this, we got him. And all of a sudden, like, you just see, like, the allied chat just freaking out, like, dude, we're about to lose the mines, we need backup, like, everyone died, we're at spawn. The night elf warrior was like, relax, I got this. I see him start running. Then he breaks to a sprint with, like, the rocket boots, jumps, parachutes. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And then I lose track of these shadow melts again. Next thing you know, like 30 seconds later, mine secured. How did he get there so fast? And that was amazing. I'm going like, hey, what was that? Like, do you have like an item or something like that? I was like, no, that's engineering. You get rocket boots and do stuff like that? It's like, yep. And here I am with herbalism and alchemy. Bye-bye, herbalism. Which kind of sucked afterwards for my alchemy because I couldn't harvest any more plants, but whatever. Yeah, you can charge from the air, exactly. Like, crazy stuff like that. It's like, what? Like, you just combo, like, certain things and, like, do, like, dumb stuff like that. Like, boom. I know this isn't the boss fight music, but still. I just think of, Elysium. Asterius. Other guy. Still my favorite intro to that boss fight ever. What is our ridiculous story? Dude, I really wish I was around for vanilla. Because of, like, the legends of, like, the lone druids saving Thunderbluff from Alliance raids. The raid when we go up the elevator and got that one lone druid and just hurricanes the entire raid off. Good times. Although, I'll be honest, chat, like, I'll admit, my PvPing as a rogue, when they got rid of the, you know, the custom building and all that, I'll be honest, it was not as good. Mostly because, you know, I wanted to be sustained damage, you know, with combat. And everyone wanted to be subtlety or assassin and get the burst damage, which I get it, but my fear was if you screwed up a rotation or they interrupt something and all your stuff's on cooldown, you're kind of screwed. Unless you know how to get out of it. Combat, it's like, no. Like, you just keep wailing and wailing. That's why I prefer combat. Where was I going with that? I had something I was going to go with. Now I forgot, damn it. Shoot. Oh, right. What I would do in Battlegrounds as a rogue after that point. I found my best skill was doing some, like, being a recon scout, like just scouting ahead of everyone, and also harassment. And by that I mean, like, you know, you have like a scouting party. It's like, oh, it's like, I remember that guy. He's the Death Knight that killed like half the party like 3 minutes ago. Okay. Sap. He breaks out of it and starts like, you know, blood and boil all over the place. Can't find me. Like, okay, whatever. Mount up. Sap. Breaks out again and starts, like, he's using all the AoE he can. And he can't find me. And next thing you know, like, he calls over 2 of his buddies. They're, like, using all their AoEs. Consecration, Blood Boil, you know, like, Frost Aura, whatever. Like, just trying to, like, find one little rogue. And they can't do it. And I figured out that was honestly my best strategy. Like, yes, I can't kill them. But if I can stall 3 of those guys from back, you know, backing up the rest of their army, that helps. It's like the concept of maiming in warfare, you know. People sometimes don't go for kill shots. They'll actually shoot for, like, limbs or whatever. Why? You kill a guy. He goes down. He's dead. 1 soldier less in the battlefield. You maim a guy. He's screaming for bloody murder. He's screaming bloody murder, like ripping his leg. One of his buddies goes down to patch up the leg. The other guy helps him out.